Bench and the Bleachers. Today is March 7th. The World Baseball Classic is underway. The group stages are going on. I think there might be like one or two teams who haven't played a game yet, but we got an idea of where people are sitting, where teams are sitting. We'll go over the first couple of games, give our late predictions, but we've got lives. We can't get to this right away. It's been a great tournament so far. I think the first game, it was Taiwan and Australia, 41,000 people in the Tokyo Dome. Great way to start the tournament.
Absolutely. And, I think the fun thing for a team like Australia is getting to see a player like Travis Bazzana hopefully
Oh, yeah.
try and, kickstart baseball culture there. Even though it has been getting very rich the past 10 years or so, having him play the way he's playing in this tournament is an absolute kind of spark plug to that whole country, hopefully.
Yeah, and when he's going out there making amazing defensive plays, hitting a very clutch home run, he's going to become the face of Australian baseball for the next decade and hopefully lead the Cleveland Guardians and be the face of that franchise alongside Jose Ramirez for a while too, right?
Or what's going to happen is Cleveland trades him for pennies on the dollar and then says, well, we can't compete against these big market teams. We lost Bazan and we had to trade him.
Yeah.
They're not going to extend him right now.
Honestly, yeah. I'll open it up then. The face of wherever he plays.
Probably, yeah. I mean, he's a
Yeah.
super talented kid. I don't understand why Cleveland isn't trying to sign him to a 10-year, $250 million contract right now or lock him up for 5-6 years. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Canada had their first game this morning too. Offense looked really good.
Offense looked really good. No, I agree. I don't like the lineup construction. How about you? Where did you land on that?
It was a little odd.
There's
Like,
a lot
other
of that
than,
going
like-
around, though, to be fair. There's a lot of weird lineups.
That's true, yeah.
There's a lot of weird lineups.
Like you got O'Neill and Josh Naylor, you know where they're going, and then everyone else kind of felt a little
Don't like
out of
Owen
place.
Casey
Like,
hitting 8. Don't like that at all.
no, and he's not going to hit eighth tomorrow, not after the game.
No, and he shouldn't.
Did you catch the hot mic?
Yeah, he fucking hung the shit out of that. And I'm like, okay, yeah. I don't know why Edouard Julien's your leadoff hitter. I don't.
It should be Denzel Clark. He's
100%
out there
should be
trying to
Denzel
bunt
Clark.
too.
Yeah.
Like he's literally trying to bunt for a base hit.
There's just some weird stuff with some roster construction and some lineup construction, but first game, everybody gets a pass on that in my opinion.
And it was a very positive first game from Canada. The pitching was solid against a Colombian team that's got some MLB talent there,
Yeah.
some MLB players.
Most of the countries, if they don't have MLB talent, it's like college young kids or it's a minor leaguer.
Bunch of minor leaguers.
You know whose lineup construction blew me the fuck away was Venezuela. Did you see their lineup? They trotted out there against the Netherlands. It is Keanen. So so they win 6-2. So it's not a score.
Yeah.
They lead off Acuna. Makes sense.
Obviously, that's
Michael Garcia's in the 2 spot. Arias is hitting number 3. Contreras 4, Salvador Perez 5, Abreu 6, the other Contreras, the catching one 7, Sanyo 8, and then Andres Jimenez hitting 9. I cannot figure out how you bat Garcia over Perez and either of the Contrerases.
Yo, especially William Contreras.
Yeah, why is that? Why is Arias hitting 3rd?
This is just a trend. I don't understand. Every fan out there is like, Arias isn't good, but he's the 4 hitter for whatever club he's playing for.
It makes it feels like teams are trying to be too smart with the way they use him, but I'm like, no, he's realistically like a number 6 hitter in your lineup. I don't understand why you're batting
or
over
the
both
leadoff hitter, but you're
Contreras.
not putting him over there over Acuna.
Why is he getting at bats over Salvador Perez? That is shocking.
Yeah, see the only argument against that is when he puts the Venezuela jersey on, he's elite for some reason.
I don't care.
I mean, that's the only thing you can say to defend that.
He had
a
the
great
classic
tournament
Arias
last
game
time.
today, 1 for 3 with a single.
He did have a classic Arias game.
That's all he
though,
does.
some
1 for 3 single. That's all
ground
you want in a
balls.
3-hitter. He's no pop.
No, he's not a 3 hitter. We'll see what happens. See if they switched around. See if Churio's back in the lineup. That helps. Maybe Suarez gets a start too. That could change the lineup up a bit too.
Yeah.
They got options there.
No, I don't know. If you start the tournament with Arias as your 3-hitter, chances are you're not exactly going to learn about baseball in the next 2 days. So,
No. No. And
whatever.
I think we should talk about Team Japan a little bit too.
Oh, killing it, crushing it.
Immediately, just out of the gate, Shohei Ohtani lighting it up again.
Like he
are we
does.
surprised?
Like
No.
he does.
Like he does. I think my favorite tweet was I was like, why does the MLB always glaze Otani? And then I saw the views the Grand Slam got, and he's like, okay, I
Yeah,
understand it
the
now.
clip of him on Twitter has like 20 million views from his Grand Slam.
Yeah, he is. He's bigger than the sport.
He is. He's gotten to that point where he's massive.
Yeah, 100%. And look what just the team as a whole is doing. Even when Korea was pushing them a little late, there was
Korea's a
no
good
there was no
team, right?
stress
But there's
there.
also like that rivalry too because they're so close to each other. But
That's true.
this is Japan's tournament to lose.
It really is. It when you're the defending champ, it's always your tournament to lose.
And this is kind of their tournament too. I think they've won 3 out of the 5 that have happened, 3 out of the 6.
Yeah, yeah. 3 of the 5. It could very easily be 4 out of 6 in 2 weeks.
100%. Um, do you want to do our predictions for the pool standings right now, or do you want to rip them?
We can do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, we can jump into those. We can start with Pool A.
Yeah, I can lead us off in Pool A. Here's how I see this order shaking out. I see Puerto Rico finishing in first, Canada in second, Colombia in third, which is a bit, you might be saying, wow, they're 0-2 right now. However, their next games are against Cuba and Panama, I believe. They're going to win those two. I could see Puerto Rico dropping a weird game, something like that happening, or sorry, Cuba dropping a game like that. So that's why I see them finishing in third. Not that it's going to matter. Cuba in fourth, Panama in fifth. Panama's trash. Cuba, disappointing baseball nation now, I think we can say. But I think a much,
It's not a disappointing baseball nation. It's a disappointing. It's the government. Like they've still got a lot of
yeah,
players. It's just nobody wants to represent
yeah.
them.
Uh,
I don't. We don't get political on here
no,
often,
we
but
don't.
that's the truth.
No. Um, I see this as a sneaky good pool. I think Canada and Puerto Rico is going to be as good a top two as you're going to get out of some of these other pools
Yeah.
in terms of major league talent, in terms of their ability to win a game against Japan or the U.S. I think they have as good a chance as anybody else to cause an upset.
Yeah. I got one change in my pool, which is good because a lot of these are very
Yeah,
straightforward.
these
But I
pools
got Puerto
pick themselves,
Rico.
guys.
A lot of them do. Puerto Rico, Canada, Cuba, Colombia, Panama. Just the way Colombia's pitching has been, I don't know if they can beat Cuba. Like I think that's the only thing. The way
Yeah,
they've pitched is kind of it's a little volatile, a little sporadic. The bullpen's shaky. Look what happened against Canada. It was
yeah,
close late, and Canada blew it wide open. Obviously, a great offense from Canada, but
yes,
Colombia's pitching kind of sold a bit too.
yeah. How weird is it seeing Seth Lugo and Nolan Arenado play for Puerto Rico?
It is
It
weird.
is weird seeing that fuck ass wind up Lugo has playing for Puerto Rico. That's very odd. I hate it so much. It looks
That atmosphere in the Puerto Rico game
oh
is great.
because they're the energy team, right? They're the
Oh, they are. Puerto Rico, just the players bring the energy
yeah,
and the fans match it.
100%. Pool B. Why don't you and I Keenan and I have the same prediction for Pool B because it's
You can rip it off here,
sure.
just for
The
both of
U.S. is
us.
first, no surprise. Mexico second, not a surprise. Italy in third, Brazil in fourth, and the U.K. finishing in fifth. I don't see a version of like if I was going to set a line for how many wins Brazil and the UK get, it'd be one. Like I
It would be one.
total, and it's going to be whoever beats each other. Like there's just not enough talent to
Yeah.
compete.
You can make an argument the UK beats Brazil. Yeah, I don't think you can make an argument over any of the other three
No.
places. Mexico beat USA in 2023, but the US is so much better this year.
The
They
U.S.
brought
the
all
lineup
their
is just
stars.
the offense is so much better, and the staff is still good, but the offense is amazing.
It's just much better. Like especially I don't know if Mexico's announced their starter, but if it's not a regular MLB
They're
guy,
gonna get
USA is just going to
walloped.
take the
They're gonna
lead.
get the shit kicked out of them.
Yeah.
Why don't you rip
It
us through
just
pool?
this sorry?
Why don't you just rip through Pool C for us? Tell us what you think.
I'll rip through pools. We got a difference here though, so I'll go over
Yeah.
mine.
Okay.
I got Japan, which is the clear-cut favorite to win the group stage. Australia taking second place. Travis Bazzana has been electric for them. We talked about him being the face of Australian baseball. The tournament he's already had. South Korea in third, Taiwan fourth, and Czechia fifth. They've already placed fifth. They're already getting relegated.
Yeah. Sad story with Czechia. Sad story with Czechia.
Yeah,
So,
they've got a bit of a bright future though. As a sneaky baseball nation, this is the beginning for them.
no, and you just hope in 20 years, 30 years that they have regular, major league
You
players.
see Czechians in the MLB.
One
That's what we
hundred
hope.
percent.
Yeah.
That's the way to get it done, right? Is you
Yes.
start with a couple good years of a run here, and then kids around Czechia start playing baseball. So that's
Even then, it's the surprising win last year that
yes,
immediately just makes people in Czechia go, "Oh, we got another sport."
Keenan and I have the same bracket. We both have Japan winning. That's easy. I think Korea is going to beat Australia, so I have Korea or South Korea in second, Taiwan in fourth, Australia in third, and Czechia in fifth. I just see I see the Korean offense being a bit underrated. I think
Hmm.
they can really now look. They put up 6 runs on Japan. It wasn't against really Japan's A or B, right? It was against like Kikuchi and like I think Tetsuya O pitched. But I think Korea's offense is a bit underrated. I think they can. I think their team kind of built for the long haul. They have the hard yards in them. I think they can beat a team like Australia, who may just be happy. I don't want to say happy to be here, but is going to be happy to compete in all of these games, right? I feel like
Yeah,
South Korea is going to. They have a lot more veterans who have played in a lot bigger games. I see them winning that game. I think that's on Monday. I see them getting a W there and coming second in the pool.
that's completely fair. I could see this going the other way around. I just think it's going to be Travis Bazana takes over the game.
And there's also a world where that happens too. So
Yeah, I think that's one of the few group stage games that is a must watch. I think you got the
that
whenever.
has a playoff atmosphere to it. You know.
Yes, you got Venezuela, Dominican Republic, Canada, Puerto Rico, USA, Mexico. Season odd when it's Australia, South Korea, but it'll be a good one too.
Yeah. And then you and I have the exact same predictions for Pool D. Do you want to rip those for us?
We got Dominican Republic first, understandable. We know what they are as a baseball nation.
Powerhouse.
Venezuela in second, Netherlands in third, although they were 2 minutes away from probably finishing fourth. We can touch on
Yeah.
that in a minute. Nicaragua in fourth, and Israel in fifth.
That just makes a lot of sense to me.
It
That just
does.
makes a lot of sense. Like we can shit all over Venezuela's roster construction, but they're clearly the second most talented team in this group, right? It doesn't
Easily.
matter where they bat anybody because they have that level of talent, right? They have all established quality major league players in their starting nine. So
Yeah.
it doesn't
We
really
are also
matter where they
forgetting
bat Luis Arias at all.
they beat the Dominican Republic in 2023.
Yeah, and they could do so again, right?
They could do so. It'll be a good game. And I mentioned the Netherlands there. They were down to their last out today against Nicaragua, a team who is now 0-6 in Total World Baseball Classic play.
Yeah.
3-1, bottom of the ninth inning. Ozzy Albies was up to the plate, 2 runners on, hit a 3-run walk-off home run to win it for the Netherlands. This was one batter after, I think it was Xander Bogaerts, ground ball to third base, bounced off the third base, over third baseman's head, which allowed Ozzy Albies to come up. That doesn't hit the base. Nicaragua's in the win column, and I probably have them finishing third
The
here.
concerning thing for Nick, or not concerning, I shouldn't. That's a bad way to put it. The interesting thing is that pitcher in the game had already thrown three in a third inning.
He did,
Yes,
and they got Dusty Baker managing them. He should know better.
you should know better than that to let him get, like. I'm sorry,
Also,
you. If you're a smaller nation like this, you cannot let guys see the same pitcher twice. You have
Ozzy had a hit off him
Yeah,
earlier
you
too.
have to be ripping these guys through in and out. It doesn't matter if they're your because at a certain point, unless they're a major league pitcher, they're all relatively at a similar level, right? And you cannot let these major league hitters, like an Ozzy Albies, see him twice. You cannot let that
No,
happen. Like that is malpractice.
this was also Albies was swinging from the left-handed side, which is his more powerful side.
See, Keenan, imagine if there was like somebody in charge of Team Nicaragua whose job it was to like manage stats and understand the baseball
If
situation.
only it was a World Series winning
Yeah,
manager.
like what the fuck, Dusty? We're all rooting
That
for
it
you,
was
buddy.
just it was a bad mistake,
No,
and it sucks because the crowd was there was a lot of Nicaraguans in the crowd going
hundred
crazy.
percent, because they're passionate people. Of course, they're gonna want
They
to
are
cheer
very
it.
passionate, very small baseball nation, but they were very
Yeah.
passionate.
So really unfortunate to see that. Would have been a great story.
Overall, it's been a great start to the
No, I think
tournament.
the
Hey,
tournament's been great. To me, this tournament's worst part is the group stages because there's just not a lot of upset because the gap is so big between a lot of times the first and
yeah,
second place team in a pool and the third through fifth. But I think once you get out of the group stages, every team is pretty much even except for Japan and the U.S., which makes for some real fun matchups.
yeah, and even then, this is sure the tournament's been going on since 2006, but 2023 is really when it took the jump as an actual global tournament, right? It expanded. Czechia had their great story. It got the most views it ever has through cable and through TV and
Yeah,
everything.
there's way more
This is the
eyeballs on
year
it
that it's
now, 100%.
yeah, and this is the year that it's going to take that next step, and maybe in a decade you can have a more competitive 5-team pool.
That's the whole hope is you want to expand it because just by expanding it, even though there might be some lopsided scores, that will still help grow the game because you're putting these teams in big matchups against big players. They're going to get experience. They can go back to their home country and help teach the game at a higher level. So you can't just wait for every nation to catch up. Sometimes you have to give them a chance and give them a hand up.
Yep. I think it was 2023. One of the Nicaraguan pitchers struck out Julio Rodriguez, Juan Soto, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and immediately signed a contract with the team, like after the inning. That's what this tournament does for those smaller
Yeah.
nations. You go out there, you show your stuff to actual MLB scouts, and you get
Have
rewarded.
you
And you
seen
get
that palm
proper.
ball curveball guy from Australia, Josh Toll, I think? He has the
Yeah.
weirdest grip I've ever seen on a curveball. It's almost it looks like a Vulcan palm ball. If anybody knows what the fuck that is, no one's watching. But it's like Keanen, you have to look at it. It's the freakiest thing you've ever seen in your life. I think Pitching Ninja posted about it. I cannot understand the grip, but that is what makes this tournament so great. Is there's always some really interesting pitchers because a lot of these
Yeah.
guys they don't have they're not going to be sitting 97. If they were sitting 97, we'd already know their name, right? So they have unique pitches, unique grips, interesting release points, and everything like that. That is part of what makes the tournament great. Is seeing the character
Yeah.
of baseball really.
Yeah, you get the electrician striking out Shohei
Oh my
Ohtani
God, that
last
was.
tournament.
And by the way, I think I remember Otani flailing at the dish there. That was
Oh yeah, it was he flailed and then I think signed an signed a baseball for him
yeah, and
too.
that's because he's a gentleman. He's a gentleman.
He is a Japan. It's
Yeah.
the country.
Well, and I mean I remember I think it was the third World Baseball Classic.
So 2013.
Yeah, maybe it might have been before that, where the U.S. played Japan. Japan got absolutely hosed on a call against the U.S. and like it was the bottom of the eighth or whatever. The bases loaded. John White posted about it. Pretty much Japan gets fucked by the Americans in America. Bad call. America walks off the next inning, but Japan still good sports about everything, right? So it's a good example for the world.
Oh, 100%. And like even I think it was 2023 when they beat the USA in the finals, they bowed after.
Yeah, it's
Like they showed their respect.
yeah,
That's who you want running the international scene of a sport, right?
yeah.
Something respectable, something to look up for. Like they're gonna beat Czechia and not be assholes about it.
Do you think the U.S. can beat Japan?
They can,
You
one
think
hundred
they will beat
percent.
Japan?
They
Sorry.
It was a one-run game in 2023, and they got a better team this year too, right?
Right, but do you also think Japan might be better because Otani's gotten better?
That's why I said can, not
Yeah,
will.
Otani's gotten better. Murakami's gotten better. Sasaki's not, but Yamamoto's certainly gotten better.
Sasaki's not playing.
Yeah, he's terrible. He wouldn't be playing if he was healthy. One final
Do you want
question
to?
for you about the tournament.
Okay.
If I told you there was a team not Japan and not the U.S. who won the tournament, who would it be?
Number one would be
The
Dominican.
DR. That was what I was thinking. Okay, that's what
We're on the same page there.
yeah. I was thinking it'd be cool for it to be Canada or Puerto Rico, but I don't see either. of
They
them
don't.
winning the
They
DR.
don't have a complete
No,
team.
they
Though,
don't.
neither of them.
There's just so many more obvious holes in Canada and Puerto Rico.
I don't think Puerto Rico does it if they have all their players.
Do you mean like the guys who couldn't get insurance?
Yeah, the guys who couldn't get insured. I don't even think they do it at that point. Honestly,
Oh,
there's
I don't
still
know.
just
That's
a
maybe a
gap.
bit harsh on the guys. I don't.
It's a little. They're still good. They've been better, but I still think there would be a bit of a gap. Like Seth Lugo's their ace, not Tarek
That's
Skubal
Lugo.
or
Tariq Skubal isn't the ace for the U.S. He's going to throw 55,
no. That you are right
throwing
about that.
55
But
pitches
like,
today against Great Britain at 5 o'clock, and then he's walking his ass off and quitting on his. That's exactly what
they're gonna
happened,
slaughter
by the
them
way.
tonight. Hey,
Huh?
they're gonna slaughter them.
Oh, it's going to be like mercy rule, I think.
Yeah, I think have we only had one or two of those.
I think one. If Japan, right? Like you think about the Japan over Taiwan.
Yeah, I think that was
That's
it.
the
Hey?
one that I'm.
Did Didn't Czechia get
Oh
mercy
no,
by
no,
South Korea?
Taiwan mercy Czechia.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. On the same day that happened, they mercy Czechia got
Yeah.
mercy by Japan. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you got a fourth? Another team that you think could do it? I think Venezuela could
Not
if the offense clicks.
offense is not going to click. The simple answer can't happen.
That's fair. But if that's my fourth team.
Well, let's back Australia then. If you were talking about Travis Bazzana, maybe he has a legacy game, right?
All right.
I mean, other than that
I
though,
mean-
we are grasping at straws because
It's a big
There's
grasp.
just,
They don't have, as much as I think that would be fun, a lovely Cinderella story like that. They don't
they
have the
just don't have
pitching.
the horses to do it. They just don't.
No, they don't have enough there. Yeah, overall, it's been a great tournament so
It's
far. I think we got a bit of an MLB news before we wrap up here.
a little bit of MLB news, especially for the Toronto Blue Jays. Max Scherzer made his spring debut today and looked phenomenal. Looked great. I mean, look, the one criticism you would have is his strikeout numbers were down. He only struck out 1 through 4, but 4 innings and no hit ball, only one walk, sitting, mid 90s. Very encouraging. Very encouraging that he's ready to go. Now all you have to do is manage his output in the regular season and ramp him up for the playoffs.
100%. It's very encouraging to see him sitting mid 90s, like you said, and to just be able to go out there and throw not only a no hitter for his time, but over 4 innings, right?
Yeah.
It's very encouraging. I don't care that it could be against minor leaguers. It's very encouraging just to see him have that consistency so far, so early into the year.
Yeah, and it's less about the results. It's more about he's able to throw 4 innings comfortably right now. That's what you've got to be looking at, right? Because again, he's
100%.
playing against guys who aren't going to get a lot of minutes. They got bats, but how's the velo looking? Is he able to throw more than 3 innings? Is he walking guys, right? That's what you're looking at this time of year. Could he maybe strike a few guys out more? Yeah, but again, first start of the year, I would say really positive, about as well as it could have gone for him.
100%. And we got a little offensive news there down in Dunedin as well. Eloy Jimenez has been resurging so far in spring. He's making a very strong case for himself to make the opening day roster.
I do believe about a week ago I said, "Who cares at spring training?" But yeah,
Yeah.
the guy is still hitting, right? Like, and again,
It just hasn't stopped.
what's the point of bringing in these guys if they have a great spring and you don't bring them on the opening day roster? The whole point of taking these like dart throw, take a chance on them guys, is so if your coaches can work with them and bring them back to the level that they could have been at with a previous club, then you've struck gold, right? So why not have Eloy on the opening day roster? I mean, he's still, even after a disappointing day today, slugging 577, hitting 350. Sounds like a good idea to me to bring the guy aboard, like OBP of 370. These are major league numbers.
If he's healthy, he's a solid bench bat.
100%. And he can help a team like Toronto win because Toronto maybe struggles with a bit of pop. He's really good pop off the bench. Maybe plays 60 games this year. I could see him being a real asset.
I think that'd be a really good season for Eloy Jimenez.
That's
We
kind
know what he's capable of.
Yeah,
It's just been health his whole
100%.
career.
If he gets 300 at bats, I think he can have a real good year.
I think he could be a very big part of a Toronto Blue Jays offense. Obviously, at the back end of it, not the Vladdy numbers, but
Yeah, but
this is where playoff teams become champions,
yeah,
right? You
Toronto
get the depth,
loves
you get the
moving
players off the
around
bench
late
you can
game.
rely
He's the
on.
perfect guy when you have, when you want to bring in a Miles Straw, you bat him, then you bring in Miles Straw, right? So he just gives you extra options, right?
100%.
So it just makes sense to have him.
100%. We got one more piece of news before we wrap up here. Tarek Skubal says the Detroit Tigers did not offer him a contract extension this offseason. Not surprising, based off of how the offseason went for the Detroit Tigers and
Oh,
Tarek Skubal. They lowballed him in ARB. Obviously, they weren't going to offer him an extension. There were trade rumors when winter meetings were going on. It's a broken relationship that does not need to be broken.
yeah, there is no offer. That's the quote.
Simply put.
And the thing is, there's Tariq Skubal said he's not going to do any negotiating in season, so he's essentially gone, right? Because he said, "I'm not going to do anything in season. I'm focused on baseball,
Yeah.
my team, and myself." Makes a lot of sense, right? So the Tigers are about to let one of the best pitchers in baseball walk out of the door for nothing.
We're going to beat a dead horse here, but this is the problem with baseball.
I know. We talk about it every week. These teams develop these great players and then don't want to extend them until it's way too late. And then they say, well, they left to go sign with the Mets, but you could have had him 2 years ago at like half the price the Mets got him for. So what's the
Yeah.
issue here?
You could have
The
him
issue
now
is your
half the
operations
price the Mets was
department. That's
signing
the
for.
issue, right? So it is
Yeah.
what it is.
You could still. He's been open about taking a hometown discount. 10 years, 300 million, and he's yours. But you're not going to see that happen.
Nope.
And he's going to walk, and we could see a salary cap after he's gone. Then the Tigers are truly kicking
Yeah,
themselves.
it's a classic case of how can we fuck this up the most, and that's what the Tigers are doing.
That is what they're doing. I think that's how we'll wrap up this
Yeah,
episode. A
pretty
little
short
shorter
one
one,
today,
but
is what it is.
It's the group stage of the World
Yeah.
Baseball Classic.
Just wait
It's
till we
fun
get
to
the
talk
knockout
about,
stuff,
but
guys. That's
there's
when the fun begins.
yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back at some point during the tournament. Talk about the knockout games, the finals, who wins. You
100%.
got Japan.
Oh, Japan. Yeah, I'll give my. Japan's gonna win the tournament.
I got Japan too. They look too good. We'll see if that happens, and we'll see you again soon.